Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. If you're watching this video and it's Salah time, please pause it and go pray and come back when you're done. Please check out the description section of this video to support the channel. By now you guys would have seen the despicable depiction of Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, at the Olympics in France, where they associated him with the rainbow community, which is forbidden in both Christianity and Islam. We know France is a secular hellhole that promotes degenerate non-religious liberal values from their past bans on the hijab, niqab and abayas over the years. But apart from their hatred of Muslim women covering up, they decided to mock the Christian concept of Jesus, resulting in an uproar online led mostly by Muslims defending our respected Prophet Isa, peace be upon him, while the majority of Christians wimped out and said, imagine they said this about Prophet Mohammed, peace be upon him. Newsflash, Christians, they didn't have to. We love Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, and will fight to defend his name. The backlash resulted in the French Olympics organisers issuing an apology, especially when advertisers started pulling funding. Let's take a look at what Candace Owens, a Christian, and Andrew Tate, a Muslim, had to say about it.
Shockingly, there have been a lot of Muslims who are out there defending the Christian faith. And I want to show you this clip of Andrew Tate, who is Muslim and who makes a very good point as he approaches the public in protest. He approaches Christians. He says, I'm here in Romania. This is the most Christian country in the world. Why aren't you guys doing something about what just happened at the Olympics? Take a listen.
Guys, I believe most of you are Christians. I'm a Muslim, yes? This is Romania, it's supposed to be the most Christian country in Europe. You cannot allow them to desecrate something as important as the Last Supper. There has to be a point you stand up for your beliefs. If you have something in life and you don't stand up for it, it will not last. If you have a house, you don't maintain it, it will fall down. Business, you don't work, it's gone. Relationship, you don't take care of her, she'll leave you. It's the same with religion. If you Christians don't start standing up for things, when they mock you publicly and openly, you'll have no religion left. It doesn't matter, it's a matter of time. Especially now, Romania and all these other countries have opened the border. Millions of people who come here are not Christian. And if you don't say, this is a Christian country and we respect Christianity, they won't respect it either. It's the end. And it's the man's job. It's the job of men to defend things. This is what a man is supposed to do. Guys, this is supposed to be the most Christian country in Europe. When they try this crap again, I expect to see you all at the next embassy, wherever it is.
And that is a wonderful clip. And he is correct. It is Christianity that has been under attack consistently by people who have used so many different various mechanisms to delude Christians into not standing up for their faith. It's remarkable. In fact, Christians are so deluded right now, people that perceive themselves to be Christians, that they will join in chorus attacking a Christian while they are standing up for Christianity. This is obviously notorious the case. I couldn't believe, and I will admit this was a minority, but there was a minority of Christians with platforms who took the bait on saying that Christ is king could maybe sometimes be anti-Semitic. So they were willing to kind of just push us into this lane of like, well, now we even have to be careful of when and how and who we offend when we say Christ is king. Get out of here. We don't even see people professing their faith anymore. So I first want to give you a couple of facts about what happened on that stage, because you might be wondering, who did they decide should play Jesus Christ in this drag show, mocking the Last Supper, saying, ha ha, Western world, Satan wins? All of the faiths, Muslim, okay? If we're talking about Islam, we're talking about Judaism, we are talking about Christianity, have been infiltrated. All of them. There is not one of them that has not been infiltrated by a satanic cult.
So one thing Candace got wrong was that Muslims were defending the Christian faith. We were simply defending Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him. But Candace was right about how watered down Christianity has become in the West, especially when compared to Islam. And I respect how she called out the deluded Christians who have enabled this. As Muslims in the West, we must never make the same mistakes. Candace even took shots at certain Christian apologists that have targeted her for defending Christianity, because they are more aligned with Zionists than they are with their own faith. And Andrew Tate, who came out in protest, was well-intentioned, I guess, but somewhat confusing. He tried to rally the Christians to defend their faith by referring to immigration being a threat to their country. I'll go into his take on this in more detail later. The way he spoke didn't seem like it was from a Muslim perspective. It seemed more Christian, but that could just be where he is at with his faith right now. Again, he needs to seek more Islamic knowledge. He did say the words "as a Muslim" before making reference to the French Olympics' disrespect of the Christian concept of the Last Supper. In the Qur'an, there is a reference to a heavenly meal sent down to Jesus and his apostles, but there is no reference to say it was a celebration of his death, as the Quran specifically states Jesus was not crucified. Instead, Islamic scholars have stated that this meal was sent down to the apostles for them to strengthen their faith, as they were about to be severely tested by God. Let's address Tate's support for far-right Islamophobes and him confusingly associating immigration with the French Olympics liberalism. Take a look.
The Russians can come and take England. Why not let the Russians take it over? All the immigrants are taking it over anyway. True. I'd rather Russians take it over than a bunch of fucking Bangladeshis. Come take it. Oh, excuse me, Vlad? Yes, sir. Putin? Yeah, it's all yours.
Everyone's just coming in and invading our country. Yeah, well...
What is this? You have been vocal about your support for anti-Muslim figures like Nigel Farage, Katie Hopkins and Donald Trump who support Zionism, yet you disrespect Muslim brothers and sisters from South Asia and Africa by calling them the P word and the N word. Although I do agree with the point Tate made in the earlier clip about people standing up for their religion unapologetically, I totally disagree with the vulgar racially discriminatory language he and his brother use to describe fellow Muslims just to kiss the backside of the far right. Immigration has nothing to do with what the native Westerners in France did to mock Jesus. And the nationalists the Tates are trying desperately to appeal to are mostly atheists. They're not even practicing Christians. The fact is, the Tates don't even live in the UK, so they need to stop commenting on Bangladeshis, Pakistanis and people from the Caribbean, as well as the great continent of Africa, who all reside in the UK. Technically, Andrew is a Muslim immigrant in Romania that is facing criminal charges of a questionable kind, and as a fellow Muslim, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt regarding that. It's about time he returns the favour to the rest of us. In conclusion, it would be great to see more Christians standing up with us like Candace does against Satanists, to defend Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, despite us having very different beliefs on his role in our respective religions. Christians believe he is a god, astaghfirullah, and Muslims believe he was a servant of God, but one thing we both believe is that he is the Messiah that will return at the end of times. But even if Christians don't defend the many prophets we both have in common in both our faiths, rest assured we as Muslims will continue to defend all of our beloved prophets fearlessly. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join my free Telegram group via the link in the description, where we as Muslims can speak freely and without censorship about issues like this. And remember to like, subscribe and become a channel member for access to exclusive content. Until next time, inshallah, Jazakallah khair.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah